Every species is evolving and expanding. You can't be in your physical body for 1 decade without your cellular structure evolving. And vibrationally speaking, there has been a much bigger jump than as humanity you are allowing yourself to experience. In other words, as people keep finding more ways to hold to their resistant thoughts, they keep creating new diseases. Now hear this. This is such an important thing to understand. We'll back up and ask you a question, because sometimes when you give us your answer, then you hear our answer even better since it's the same answer. Do you acknowledge that diseases are expanding in your physical environment, that new diseases are showing up? So if there is new, I know what I don't want, doesn't that mean that there automatically have to be equal and equivalent new, I know what I do want? This time-space reality has more contrast than ever before, and therefore more asking than ever before, and therefore more vibrational evolution than ever before. But the question usually, and we think even this time, is asked from the framework of, well, is our physical beingness evolving? And we say it has the potential of enormous expansion, but you drag your heels in catching up with it. You hold to scientific standards and you won't allow yourself. Look how the medical community throws a fit if anybody suggests that you have the ability to heal through the power of your mind. They just freak out over that idea. They want you to be this physical, biological being that only they can see through their instruments. And when they come to understand, we've been telling doctors and scientists for a long time, when you are no longer looking for cures to diseases and instead are looking for vibrational alignment to wellness, when you start approaching medicine and science through the lens of vibration, now you'll really be onto something, you see. So yes, your species has evolved tremendously. And any one of you who spends a good deal of time in the vortex begins to feel the vitality and the expansion and the utter continuing well-being of the absence of resistance. That's really what is required. In order for any of you to experience, while you're here in this body, next generation and the next one and the next one, you see that, don't you? Don't you see the clarity of your kids coming forth? Have you heard their conversation when they're 2 lately? You were 7. Just kidding, but they are. They are clearer. They are smarter in the sense that they are more allowing of who they really are, you see. So there is an enormous potential, but you don't have to wait until you are born into a physical body as an infant to reap the benefit of that expansion. You can begin it right here, right now, today by like peeling the layers of the onion, leaving more and more resistance behind. Because every time you relax instead of tense, every time you laugh instead of complain and moan, every time you praise rather than condemn, every time you offer a sincere compliment rather than a sincere pointing out of some flaw, every time you love rather than hate or worry or fear, every time you choose that in the vortex vibrational stance, you allow yourself some of that evolution that's waiting for you there. You don't have to wait until you are born again. You can be born again right now. Born again right now. Born again right now. Jerry was reminding Esther of something that happened to him many, many years ago, where he had been caught up in this contentious relationship where he just couldn't win. It went on and on and on and on and on. And he didn't know at that time how much he had put into his vortex of creation. But on the day he finally saw that there were too many moving parts and he was never going to move that in the place that he needed it to be in order to feel happy, he just let go of all of it and he moved into the vortex so swiftly that he was a different being. Metaphysical people would have said, "Oh, you're a walk-in. Your old angry spirit left and a new, nicer one came in." And we say it is nothing like that. It is when you move into the vortex, when you release resistance, you allow the full up-to-speed evolution of who you are. And we love your question so much because it's what we're talking about all day, every day. When you feel anything less than positive emotion, when you feel negative emotion means you've expanded, but you're not keeping up. So that evolution is what we're talking about all the time, isn't it? That evolution of all things, evolution of ideas, evolution of physical body, evolution of the content of the cellular body that you live in, all of it. We want you to understand that there is this source energy that is intending much variety and balance for the benefit of the co-creating of the whole. And that variety and balance keeps evolving. Rather than trying to hold yourself static, that's the thing. You cannot hold a species back. You cannot hold anything static. Everything must expand. Everything is expanding. And when you let go, when you stop nailing your feet to the floor and you let go and let yourself go with the flow, then you feel the true exhilaration of life, you see. Life, if it is not evolving and expanding, is not life. And if there is not evolution and expanding, there is not joy. And what is the opposite of joy is that part of you expanded and the other part of you is holding you back. That's what the tension in the human being is about, you see. It's not present in your beasts. Your domesticated ones act more like you do all the time as they hang around with you. But the beasts that are in the wild, the beasts that are in the sea, all that is upon your planet is evolving and expanding. Your world is not shrinking and becoming less. It is expanding and becoming more. You're not becoming less well. You're not becoming less intelligent. You're not devolving. You are evolving. You are expanding, you see. Everything is. And if you don't let yourself go with that, you suffer from it temporarily until you croak, your death experience. We try to be as disrespectful of death as we can, since there isn't any. When you have your croaking experience, you let go of all resistance, and you reemerge into the fullness of all that you are.